We have a champion scalper, and if I'm not mistaken, you've ranked 3 times in the Robbins World Cup in the
Yes.
scalping division and come second a few times and also third place. So phenomenal stuff. And I want to start off with just asking directly, how many trades do you take an average week, or in the World Cup, how many trades have you taken?
So in the World Cup, there is an average of 500 trades every 3 months because it's a quarterly cup. So in one cup, it was like 350. The other one was 600. The other one was 550. So around 500 trades per cup. And I think it's the only way to keep the drawdown low and get a big performance, because you need a big data sample and a lot of execution. Otherwise, you can just go hard on risk, but it's like gambling, because you need 5 lucky trades, and it's not my approach. So I prefer to, if I'm joining the competition, I'm scalping every afternoon from the starting of New York session to late night in United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
And there is another guy on the other side of the planet in Malaysia that is Nazri Khan, that is my main competitor. Also, he did 223% and he's scalping in the exact same way I do, footprint scalping.
Okay. What was your performance in the World Cup?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was 68% in the first cup, 88 or 89% in the second one, and 218% in the third one.
Okay, so I'm going to guess and say the year you did 200 was because of the exponential days approach you have.
Yes, so participating in the World Cup, I refined my process as I improved also as a trader. And I understood that the best way to get a really impressive performance, keeping the drawdown low, is to start with low risk and compounding the account and using, for example, the profit that you made in the first 2 hours or 3 hours of the session to make additional profit. So let's say that I start one day with 3 take profit. I risk 0.25% and I take, for example, 1 to 4 risk to reward. So at the end of the first 2 hours, I have 3 targets, and I am 1%, 1%, and 1%. So I have a total of 3% on the account. I'm taking 2% on the side, and I'm opening 2 trades with 0.5%. So it's increasing. Yep. Why? Because I noticed that my profit is concentrated in very few sessions. So the big amount of profit I do is when Nasdaq rally and I join the trend in the correct moment. And when the strategy is not working, because maybe you are in consolidation, it's better to don't trade. So I take maximum 3 stop loss per day and I'm done for the day. If I have a streak of 3 stop loss, it means that it's not the environment to use my strategy.
Okay. So I guess the scaling risk, where you're just leveraging profit of the day, is a sensible way, because on certain days, at the start of the day, you don't know how many trades you will take. But on some days, it might be 1 or 2. Another day, it might be 30. So you're protecting yourself, where your worst case scenario is you're back to where you started the day.
Yeah.
Why would you take an approach of, what is the risk per trade when you are doing
0.25%?
That's how you start the day.
How I start in the beginning of the cup. As, for example, let's say that I reach 50%. But it's not enough. It's a huge performance in 3 months, 50%.
Right.
But it's not enough to be in the podium. So I just start to raise my risk. So
at the start of the day?
At the start of the month, on the first month of the competition. And in the same time, I'm not starting immediately to raise the risk. Like, let's say, in the first month, I have 50% profit. In the second month, I start from 0.25%, I raise to 0.35% or 0.40%. But if I get a good day, 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, multiple trades per day, maybe I sit at 5% profit for the day. So I take half of it and I risk in 2 or 3 trades. And if I'm risking, for example, let's say 2.5%, 2% on one trade, and I get a 1 to 5, it's 10% on the account. Right. But this 10% is compounding with the additional 50% of profit. So it's way more. This way I keep my drawdown really low, but low, I mean below 20%. But to achieve 218% in 3 months, it's more than 1 to 10 risk to return in the concept of risk. So it's really big.
Do you think many traders in the World Cup, or in general, like someone who's just looking to make profit in their life, should modify an approach like this, or because I've had a lot of traders that just do 5% risk per trade, or they'll have an A+ setup and they have more conviction, and then they will scale into that with more risk at the beginning as opposed to compounding a day.
Yeah, this depends on the number of execution that you have. For example, let's say that I have a trading model that is only giving me 10 trades every 3 months. The only way I have to make a good amount of profit is to raise the risk. I don't have this problem because I have a lot of execution. I have a huge amount of stress, but also a lot of execution. So, but yes, maybe you are a swing trader, or maybe you are intraday trader. Intraday traders maybe have 1 setup per day, 2 setup per day, and some days or some weeks 0 setup. The only way you have to win the competition and to compete against Scalper is to increase the risk per trade. Yes.
No, it makes sense. If you want to increase your rate of return, you either increase, and you have a fixed edge. You know that this edge, over 50 trades, it gives me this result. It's to take more trades or take more risk.
Yeah, there is no other way around it.
Yeah. When it comes to, because this is a question I asked outside, but I think it's good for the podcast, which is if you are trading M1 time frame, 15-second time frame, and you're really involved in just intra-session movements and reactions, why not find a reaction early in the day and ride the wave of the day? Why is this get in, get out approach, or a trailing stop kind of approach?
This is a really interesting question, and I was trading like this 3 years ago. Then I did a statistical analysis on the MAA, that is maximum adverse excursion on price, and is the number of days during the month that you have really big explosive moves.
Okay.
And it's not so big in percentage. So I just want to compound smaller profit, but every day, instead of taking the home run, 1 to 10, 1 to 15. This is another thing that I think it's a misconception in the trading field. People think that 1 to 1 and 1 to 2 risk to reward are really bad. They just want to shoot for 1 to 30, 1 to 40, 1 to 30. Maybe you will get it, but my priority is win rate. I want to see a lot of profit in my trading account, not only one profit and then a streak of 10 stop loss. Because this is really hard, and if you do a Monte Carlo projection on it, you can see that maybe you encounter 30, 40 trades of a losing streak, and this is really hard from the psychology side. You have also to consider that if you are a scalper, you have a huge impact of commission on your trading account.
And how does that play out in the World Cup with so many executions?
The commission are bigger than normal broker, but at least I'm only competing in the futures World Trading Cup. So I don't have a spread.
I see.
This is a good advantage for scalpers, but the commission are really big for the impact from commission to profit is like 10% of the profit is taken out from commission. So maybe the actual performance is 240%.
I understand. With your strategy, because you are you gave a very nice analogy of just the gas pedal on a car.
Yeah.
You're looking for reactions and just little impulses of the day and just trying to catch a piece of it. What is your way to protect yourself when you're wrong? Is it just an approach of very fast break even, or do you allow the trade to play a bit?
No, so I will start with my process of creating a narrative for the day with trading. So the first thing is that the analogy of the car is that the price structure, because I still use price action, because the price action is the result of the impact of the volume. So it's really important to understand if for the day you are like aggressive buyer or aggressive sellers. And you can see only from the result of the volume, and the result of the volume is price. If I see that I'm, for example, going long really aggressive and accepting different structure, breaking structure high, like the concept of market structure or auction market theory for volume traders, to create, this is the first step. This is the direction of the car. Then I need to check the order flow. The order flow is how much they are putting the feet on the gas, how much they are pushing. And this for me is order flow analysis. Order flow analysis is my trigger. It's like my execution model. So for example, let's say that I'm long for the day and I see a retracement in price, and the price reach a really important level for me. Point of interest is called in the price action world. And on that point of interest, I'm not immediately opening the trade. I don't trade on limit orders. I just wait and I see if from the order flow, I can see an aggression in price. I want to see momentum and follow up from price. So it's not only volume, it's the relationship between volume and price. After that, I start to trail my position. So to reply to your question, I start to follow the market with my stop loss. So if I see that the volume is continuing to rise and the price is following up, I'm following. Because if I have a break of structure, it means that there is a volume shift and I want to be out of the position. I also did a statistical analysis on this. When you have price that is rising and you have a breakout short, and this breakout short is being followed up by order flow, so the volume is going aggressive short, there is a huge probability that I will get a stop loss. So it's worth for me to take me out of the market with some profit. Just maybe I will not reach 1 to 3, the final target, but I will close 1 to 1.5. It's still profit. And I can use this profit on my next position.